Roots of a quadratic function, solving by factorisation. In this lesson we're going to be looking at functions of the form f of x equals ax squared plus bx. Example 1. Find the roots for the function f of x equals x squared plus 6x. We're going to set f of x equals 0 and we're going to just shift the 0 to the right hand side of the equal sign. Just makes things a bit easier. And what we're going to do is we are going to factorise the x squared plus 6x term. So if we factor out an x term, we're going to be left with a term in brackets. So if we factor out x from this, we're going to be left with x plus 6. And this equation then equals 0. So now we have to figure out what values of x would make the whole term equal 0. Well, we've got two values of x here. If we take the first value of x, the first term, now if this term was equal to 0, then we're going to have 0 multiplied by the brackets, and anything multiplied by 0 is going to be 0. So we can say that x equals 0. Now we've got a second term, so we can say the brackets. And again, we want to know what value of x here would equal 0. Well, if the entire term in the brackets was equal to 0, then x times 0 would also be 0. So what value of x would make the term in the brackets equal 0? Well, in this case, x would equal minus 6. And so we have two solutions to the function. We have x equals 0 and x equals minus 6. We often denote the two solutions with the subscripts x1 and x2. And if we look at the function, we can see we do have two roots. The first one at 0 and the second one at minus 6. Example 2. Find the roots for f of x equals minus 4x squared plus 8x. So we're going to set f of x equals to 0 and we'll rearrange the equation. So we've got the 0 on the right hand side to make it easy for us. And now we're going to take our highest common factor here. In this case it would be 4x minus 4x. And we're going to be left with x minus 2 in the brackets. So now we'll analyse the minus 4x term. And we've got to find out what value of x would make this equal 0. Well, x would equal 0. Because then 0 multiplied by the brackets would make the whole equation equal to 0. And then the x term in the bracket, so we want the whole entire bracket to equal 0. So x minus 2 equals 0, therefore x must equal 2. And again we have two solutions, x1 equals 0 and x2 equals 2. And if we see the function plotted, we can see we have two roots. The first one again at 0 and the second one at 2.